Good evening, it's 7:05. We've started recording. This is the first, I want to say Happy New Year to everyone. This is the first transportation meeting of the year. This evening on the agenda, we have Uptown Boogie Healthy Projects, and they're going to be talking about a project that they're trying to build, or not even build, but install or implement here underneath the L in my Prince River. Happy New Year, Brother Mike. So we have with us Ms. Judith Desiree.
Yes.
So I'm gonna turn the floor over to her so she can present what she plans for in this area.
I invited some people, but I guess you're not making it. Yeah.
Yes or no? Which one?
Yeah, we started.
He said
no.
no. Oh no, it's starting now.
Oh, okay. Do I have a time limit or like?
No, you could go ahead.
Okay, all right. Yes, hey, just in time. Hey. Oh.
He is not a guest.
Yeah.
He works for us. How are you? I'm good.
Oh, sure. Yes. Oh, okay. You made it. Okay. Yeah. How you doing?
Hey, so I'm not on the committee list, right? Good. I'm not supposed to be.
Oh, no, I thought you were. No, you're not.
Okay, good.
This is just Luke's free time. Oh, there's another Judith. Hi.
Yeah, Judith Benitez.
Yes. Hi. I'm Judy. You know, if I'm in trouble, I'm Judith. I know. But welcome, everyone. Good evening. I'm here to speak about the Farm Fresh program and DOT's open streets in the area. Just to let you know, Judy, also Government Judith. That's a picture of my mom and me, a little executive. I am a native New Yorker from Brooklyn, and I live in Washington Heights right now. But I've adopted the Bronx. Also, I should say the Bronx adopted me. I first came into the Bronx as a CSA program in 2021, and that is at Bronx Park. So it was at Light Egg and Bronx Park East. While there, CSA is Community Supported Agriculture, which is pretty much a group of people who come together to pay a farmer to grow their food. It also was a farm stand, so for people who just wanted individual items. A lot of community members in Community Board 11 wanted to see more options. And in 2022, I became a farmer's market in the Bronx called Bronx Park East Farmers Market. In that process of me, getting into farming, I also attended Farm School NYC. That talks about urban food justice, and I participated in the Grow NYC Farmers Beginner program as I am an aspiring farmer. As I mentioned, because I had, as you can see the 4 pictures, there was the Bronx Farmers Market. At the same time in 21, I had a farm stand in Harlem, in front of St. Nicholas Miracle Garden, located on St. Nicholas Avenue, 127th Street, near basically the hub of Harlem. And in 23, I became a farmer's market also in Harlem. That is also on parkland, St. Nicholas Park, on the Community Board 11 side. I'm sorry, Community Board 10 and 9, I'm in Harlem. And that was also a result of people asking for more options in Harlem. And that closed a food gap. With all the programs, everyone, I could see every need for kids to get involved. And 2023, we introduced a kids programming at the farmers market. Because of all of this, I created an umbrella called Uptown and Boogie Healthy Project. It became a nonprofit that focused on bringing farm fresh produce and fitness and activities in the community. We also address composting and clothing, recycling and textile program. So that's me. Well, we're here to speak about William Bridge and talk about White Plains Road. The focus is to talk regarding of the public transportation system, how it works as it's a hub to the area. The Williams Bridge Park. Most people see the park really before the train station, but as we learn behind the train station, oh, bigger, oh, I don't think I can, oh, wait, can I?
You said I could zoom?
Yeah.
Oh. You can zoom. Does it work?
Okay.
That was too big a month for me. Okay. Yes, so the train station makes a great, it has a lot of traffic that comes through the city, a fair amount. We recently learned that the park does continue behind the train station, so that, and it took a while for us to realize who was the landowner or who had jurisdiction, and as the park is the jurisdiction of that area. And we're gonna address some of the activities and open streets to bring what I kind of put together, which is like the business support system and for the area we're trying to activate.
Awesome. I did the same thing you did.
Hold on, we're trying to.
No, that's good.
Okay, there.
As I mentioned, we're a great. I was even surprised by the number of people that go through the 2 and 5 train station. It's over 1 million that passed through last year. As you can see, I want to make sure I cite where the information came from. So it was the MTA info about the number of people coming through the area. Also great, I have to say, the bus system too, having over in one block 6 different types of bus stations is a great way to activate the street with all the populations coming through. I was really, you were talking about population, about how many people, so I guess you can better tell me, is that large number so far of the area? What does that represent? Yeah.
Probably more. But
Probably more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we feel that this is a great, we have 155 people, that's amazing in one area. But we also talk about the income level is under 60,000 as reported in the 2021. All information can be found in the Data US report is where we see information. Any questions so far? Nope, okay.
How'd you come up with that name, Uptown Boogie?
Oh. Yes, so, yeah. I found myself not wanting to leave the radius of my area.
I'm just curious. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so Uptown, I love, Harlem's so active, and that's where I spend most of the time. And down, boogie down. And I'm very lively and very exciting, so I figured all my events have music and entertainment and very grand. The project proposal, which I'm coming to you with, is creating a healthy community, utilizing or daylighting the area that's on White Plains Road between 211 and 212. And the idea is to bring a farmer's market, a farm stand, and the open streets to create a vital, healthy community system. I'm gonna zoom this a little bit. Can you
Sure,
see?
that 100%. See where the above, right in the middle of the screen?
That's not me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then you can,
You could say that for a long time.
and then you can click and drag on the presentation and move it around, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so I don't have to control, okay.
Well, see, you should be touching the hair. You want to touch
No,
your hair?
I'm not even.
Cause your hair like fiddling with it. Cause George gave me this and like, he said this could move everything.
I don't, maybe, does everyone else see something like this too? Okay, perfect. As you can see in the yellow area, we have the creator of the map here. Yay! It speaks of the yellow spots that you see is the activation area. You have the buses that go through one way around the train station and loops in the middle of the two yellow activation areas. And the bottom, I guess you can see the south part, is where the farmers market, or farm fresh food program will come between June and November on Wednesdays and Saturdays is the goal. And the top northern part is the activation connecting what is considered the open street closure. Oh, there it is, okay. Okay, perfect.
So that road closure, we would just need like something like barricade or something, just.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And that is technically the open street. What it allows is the flow from the parking lot to pass through, so people can continuously pass through to the train station.
Okay.
It just creates a flow. The only interruption is watching the buses turn.
Okay.
I think this is a great view of people who are in the bus and can do a 360 of the farmers market. They can go through, which is why the bottom part shows us the market. And the top part would create a safe space for kids' activities, organizations to table, just bringing a lot of programming into that spot there.
I would have actually liked the activation areas to be between, like the road closure be between the two activation areas. That's my only comment, because I'm really concerned about true traffic going between the activation areas. But, I love the idea. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You see where the road closure? I would
Yes.
actually love one activation area like here, in this area right here. And this, so then this whole area would have been like just off limits from vehicular traffic, and then this would have been all this would have been all pedestrian in this area. But
Is the road closure right behind the subway station?
No,
Is that what that is?
it's further up.
It's further.
Yes, so the train station has a two-way. Behind the train station is the one-way for the buses.
Right.
And the program will start right after. The only is the medium is where the buses rotate around. And the open street area is where the road closure is. That creates that flow.
One question.
Sorry. Go ahead.
The road closure that's part of the plan?
Yes.
Oh, the road is not closed now, right?
No.
Oh, that's part of the plan to
Yes.
close that road, okay.
yeah.
Yes, it's to close that area. That is where DOT comes in. So the yellow zone is park, and the red zone is DOT. And we're requesting for them to create that.
That's right by the car wash.
I wonder if that could fall under some of the streets or whatever.
That's the car wash.
Yes, that is Summer Street, is the open streets.
Yeah.
Yes.
The car wash is right there, 212, right? In the laundromat, I believe. Next to the Dollar General. I think that's it.
Is there a car wash?
So
It's not-
what would stop us from using that upper gray area?
The community.
I mean-
Honestly,
You understand what I'm saying though? I'm trying to create a conflict area, to avoid having a conflict area, and just have the bus do their thing, and then the active zone is I want a whole big block of active zone, not a bus going through the active zone. But the idea is good, I like it.
well, the bus is going to the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Right.
And the above here is the space where people can move around and go back and forth and close.
But what happened, I could imagine someone going shopping and the kid wants to go over there and play. And then they wanna go back and forth. That's my only thing, you know, but it's, you know, parents gotta take care of the kids. But, you know,
Yes.
that's just,
Well, we're doing a signal study in that area.
One thing, and I have to preface this by saying I have a conflict of interest. I am an employee of DOT, so anything I say is just my personal opinion. I'm not representing the agency in any way. But I should note that there are ADA accessible crosswalks between the activation areas
okay.
and across the one-way, those one-way streets. So you can, as a pedestrian in a wheelchair, you can roll from the train station to each of these. And there's stop signs and there's pedestrian walk signs at these stations.
It's perfectly safe because they have those bollards and stuff all over.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How often does that bus come?
I have not clocked the times of, because the weekday, I think Saturday would have more of that turn than Wednesday area. But it also, Wednesday is the morning rush hour 2 time, so I think they both will be end up equal in activity in the terms.
And you can't really stop. I think you had mentioned that you had thought about doing the road closure between that two.
Yeah, but we can't
Yeah,
close
they're
that
not gonna-
area.
The bus, you can't close it.
No. There's really not enough way for them to turn because this area is a one-way going. So you can't use it to go 2 ways. Okay. And as I mentioned, I have a farm stand in Harlem. The idea is to bring a farm stand on Wednesdays to the area. It's really me with a lot of produce or another farmer's market manager who can provide breakfast options. You know, people can pick up salad, they can pick a box of produce. All farmers markets and farm programs I have except EBT, SNAP, FMNP, Health Bucks, OTC, Fresh Connect, all the different types of nutritional benefit programs.
Okay.
And the farmers market, for the parks, it's a maximum of 8 vendors, a minimum of 3.
Okay.
So that is, so I think the space is just perfect amount to not go over 8 stalls. Is there questions?
What time would it
Oh.
take place?
Wednesdays, it's 8 to 12 is what I was told, like that's where most traffic is. And on Saturdays, it's 9 to 4.
It's very busy there in the morning.
Mm-hmm. But we're not closing the street. So this look is only Saturdays.
Very busy there in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that Lucille can't stay on the phone. Where you at?
Who's that?
Or call Brenda.
Pastor Reggie,
Yes, sir, that's me.
you have a question or, because we could.
Yes. I know that area is very busy, especially with those cabs. What
Okay.
you plan on doing with them?
With the cabs,
Yeah, you know, there's a whole lot of traffic. Some,
isn't it like further up?
well, that would be between Gun Hill Road and I would say where Chase Manhattan Bank is. That's where a majority of them are. You can hardly get through that block sometimes.
Yeah, that's 211.
Okay, so this is going to be,
What is that? The corner of White Plains Road and Gun Hill.
yeah, it's from Gun Hill Road going north to at least to 11th Street. So this is just after that, right?
It's just very cluttered.
Yeah, this is after that. It's cluttered, but it's after
Very
that.
cluttered there because
So all you're going to do, but when you add this to that already there's going to be a need for some sort of control because this isn't that far beyond that.
Gun Hill to 211. where the Chase Manhattan Bank is, like you said. with the Chase Bank.
Right there is crazy over there.
Lots of double parking.
Double parking and triple parking sometimes.
And you have the bus stop right there,
Right.
right outside the subway station. So it's that block between Gun Hill and 211 is very cluttered. Very
It's an
cluttered.
enforcement
Yes.
issue. We can
But-
always- It's an enforcement issue.
It
We
is.
can always ask.
Well,
I roll past it in the subway every day, and it's just a mess. Right?
yeah, sometimes you can't drive through, let alone walk through. It's really hard, and so when you add this to that, you're going to add more, well, for lack of a better way, confusion. So you're going to need somebody to control that traffic there.
Enforcement.
You're right.
So one important thing is, what you're saying is that road closure is only gonna happen on Saturdays.
Yes,
On the weekday, on the Wednesday in the
It's-
morning,
free.
Free
It's
open.
normal.
and these spaces, these activation areas are already pedestrianized. So you're
Yeah.
taking advantage of,
The open space that's not being used.
Yes. Yeah, so it's further up to 12, so the clutter is down.
It's a block away.
I
It's only a block.
What you saying?
It's one block.
Oh, so if somebody's coming they won't be able to pass through by car, is that the question?
Yeah, Ted, this is a permanent closure, Ted. It's not, and it's only gonna happen on Saturdays.
From June to November.
Copy that, John.
Okay. No, I saw the question in the,
No, it's just this little sliver, I don't know if you can see it, yeah, it's that little tiny, that creates the connection. It just basically try to take advantage of connecting the lot and that medium.
I have another. What about the cars that are, is this right there where the cars park horizontally?
no, I don't think there's parking in that area.
No, he's
This
talking about the train.
There is parking.
There is.
No, further, with the great
No, I
area,
think
but not,
it's right past.
It is right past, right past. the road.
There's parking.
That gray area,
it's parking.
they park under there.
If I'm not mistaken, they supposed to put muni meters there, so that may alleviate some of that.
Yeah.
I can ask her what happened.
But we don't need a gray area, we need a yellow area.
Yes.
No, I understand, but he's just talking about.
Yeah, there's parking in the gray area.
I mean, I'm all for this. And actually, I'm just, thinking in terms of the congested traffic that's going to be there on that block between Gun Hill and 211th Street, which we know will spill over once you start feeding this activation area. And then again, up there where they start parking horizontally, I think that's 212, 213. So it's just in the immediate area. It may not be on top of it, but it's in the immediate area. And suffice to say, we're going to need some sort of, like you said, enforcement in that area to make sure the traffic continues to flow. Because if it don't flow, then it's going to stop. And if it stops, then that's a larger problem.
I mean, we can always ask for a meeting with the commander and with, traffic enforcement. Let's see.
I mean, if the dollar cash that he's referring to out there, they're not supposed to be there, period. So
That's my point.
There's a lot of hanging out.
So this here is to, make our community better, right?
Yes.
The dollar cash are not doing nothing, they're not doing nothing but polluting the air. This is doing something better for us. So if enforcement has to come when these activation areas are active, then that's what has to happen. That's just
Yeah,
how it is. You continue, sorry.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
So we will try to, I guess, request some enforcement.
Yes, I believe when you put for Bronx Park East, if it's a parks permit, police you're on that police calendar, and they're supposed to go around and just check on you. So sometimes I see the cop cars coming back and forth. That comes with the parks permit. I believe with the DOT, they provide the signage if you close that area.
Okay. So they'll put a sign that says like farmer's market or?
Yeah, yes.
Alright, yeah.
And as I mentioned, there's youth programming that I have at the farmers markets where kids receive $2 to shop at the market.
Oh, wow.
And so it adds, It's called, the Pop Kids Club, Power of Produce. And we have like fun activities, they draw, sometimes we just
Face
have
painting.
some face painting, we've done face painting before, just make it fun for the kids. The reaction from parents is that they don't have to force their kids to come to the market anymore. Because they actually will ask their parents, can we go to the market? Because they always come to my table like, what do we get today? What do we do today? Like, what is that? And they get a little stamp, and every 3 visits, they get a prize or a gift or something like that. And we're trying to enhance that program by taking advantage of the open streets with organizations like Bronx Museum is interested, Street Lab. So we create like little reading areas. In the Bronx Park East, I gave book giveaways with using the Bronx's reading program. So we always try to find activities that just allow kids to just be kids.
I don't know if this is a problem with the trainer, but I would like to see like some like educational, healthy cooking, or like show like, how you can make like a quick, healthy meal, like, instead of having Kennedy Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we need in our neighborhood.
Yeah, that was a big request for Harlem. So we had they call no cook recipes that allows everyone. So kids can make it. We had summer youth employment program interns that would do the demos. If you're a senior don't want to use the stove, you have these cooking options. So that's something we can also bring as a no cook recipe promotion.
It's kind of weird. Like, I haven't been really eating meat like for the last like month and a half to 2 months, and I have to go all the way. I drive all the way to Wegmans and Stu Leonard's and stuff like that to buy the stuff that I want. Like, if I want good veggie burgers or whatever, I gotta go way outside my boundaries to go shopping. So it sucks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's where the same, you would be surprised in Harlem, between 10 blocks, you could go from a lot of food to no food. Like in just 10 blocks. The same in the Bronx Park East, that little area is kind of like,
food desert.
their food desert. So you have pockets that are happening. And my goal is to fill in those pockets and bringing. And also that parents can access on weekends. There's a lot of farm programs during the week in the Bronx, so this just adds a weekend option. Now, there is the level of support. There's 3 types of support you can provide. We're requesting a letter of support that is attached to the Open Streets application that is new for 2024. It's to allow all organizations in the area to just know that Open Street's coming. And that was an issue in the past, so they try to remedy by making sure that, they'll actually come to you, the community board now, and say, did you know this is coming? But if they see that letter there, they already know that you possibly have voted on it. So it helps bring the program to the area. Also do you know like Bronx businesses that would be interested in highlighting themselves? This could be a platform. The target is Bronx business only. We're trying to highlight all the different amazing Bronx entrepreneurs. I mean, I've seen beehives in people's like backyards in the Bronx, and we have art, museum, crafts. So.
And we have the economic development chair on Ms. Judith Benitez.
Oh, okay. Well, come on and bring in the businesses. This would be a great space for them to come and promote their work, share the resources. If they're willing for sponsorship, we're always looking to find ways to, hire youth in the area, hire other people in the area who can handle or support the information table for the farmers market.
Yeah, there are vegan places and vegetarian places around here. I usually go across streets. So imagine if they want to show some support and actually come down. That would be kind of nice.
And all the farmers are local, they are organic practicing farms, they're small farms, so that means that they're under 50 acres that they grow from. We have 3 like consistent farmers that come to all of our markets, they actually participate. And this and the $2 also gives them another revenue from the market. So we try to find ways to encourage a lot of the farmers to come. We have herbalists, mushrooms, and like other different types of farmers in the area that also have an arm in production, so they can do wholesale.
So it's $2, you said $2 to each kid?
Yes.
Okay.
Each time they come and visit, if you have a family of 4, each one gets $2. Yeah, so it's a great initiative.
4 apples.
Yeah. And we found there was a couple of kids, I feel like it was the Bronx kids that were saving their money to then buy something. So I'm like, I was like, what did you buy? They're like, yeah, I'm saving. What did you buy? And I was like, second hustlers. So it was great to see that skill, because they would first go with the $2 and the farmer's like, that's not enough. You know, and they realized, oh, I need more. So that was a great surprise, but I'm glad it just happened organically at the market. And yeah, so sponsorship, you know, bringing businesses in, that's Bronx focused. The letter of support required 3 that attach the application. The support letter is due, well, the application is due July 31st.
So you need 3 letters from the community board?
Or just various, it could be, it's churches, one from the community board, the office of Kevin Riley is providing a letter.
Okay.
We're looking at one more letter, and it doesn't hurt to have more letters too. It just
The other elected officials?
I'm presenting,
Oh.
because I know a lot of them are getting voted in, and they're doing a lot of like in and out, so I thought maybe I'll wait till next.
How about the churches, like Crawford Church is down there?
No,
They're good.
Okay.
Reverend Chin is really good, so you could. And their yard is big enough that they could have actually host.
Yes.
They have like a massive yard down there. They could have actually host this event.
The farmers market, it can't be attached to a religious institution due to regulations of FMNP and other programs, because I'm not. That's the only comment. Because we literally, in the Harlem is in front of another church, and we moved it across because of that reason.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They were willing to host us on their streets too, but we had to. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, don't mean that they can't participate.
I mean, the other option, if we couldn't use that space, I wonder, I mean, if we could like close down like certain, like a street, like one of the blocks, and have it, you understand, like a block from, say, White Plains Road to Barnes or whatever, you know. I don't know if that's. If there's a street or residential.
Not a residential, but they're gonna be upset about.
Yes, the DOC did suggest some locations that was like, if we have music or, you know, they're soon going to require the cars to move out of the way due to insurance and things like that. So I was thinking this is better. That's not, like, I don't have to, the insurance covers, I do have an insurance policy on all my farmers markets. And the park is also on the policy, so if anything happens, it's just, I'd rather not have it on somebody's property.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, any questions from you guys in the public?
I see a hand raised.
No, that's Pastor Reggie.
Take it
He's,
off from the floor.
Oh,
you have any more questions, Pastor Reggie?
no, that's it, because you just answered my next one about the insurance.
Yes.
You know, it sounds like a good program.
This is a good program.
I mean, if we move forward,
Nice.
we'll just have a meeting with the precinct and traffic enforcement and so on.
And probably sanitation also.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been having problems with them keeping the place clean down there, so.
Well, I think sanitation, thanks to Mr. Clinton Mike, is coming to our board meeting.
Comment on that?
Okay.
Comment? Sanitation?
Yeah.
Ursula, quick question. I'm not gonna be able to make this board meeting. I have a funeral to go to.
Mhm.
Is it possible that
You don't have a quorum, so you can't vote.
I can't vote?
He's got, Mr. Mike will be here, he can handle it for you. I don't see an issue.
I was gonna ask, could we put her on the agenda and have her present? Is that
She
possible?
only have 3 minutes this time, though.
Can you handle that in 3 minutes?
I'm trying, yes, yeah, but prepare that.
Maybe you get 3 and a half.
He got sanitation, and I don't know how long that's gonna take.
Ain't gonna be long. They ain't gonna have much to say.
No, they're not, but.
I know that. They ain't gonna have much to say.
The Bronx is going to get composted, I think October, it's moved. I think that's one of the biggest things everybody in Bronx know. And there's a whole battle with the composting as
We're
well.
restarting.
John, I do have a question.
Who is that, Mike?
Just
Ted?
Ted. Yes, I just want to know what has been the experience in other areas with the farmers market in terms of cleaning up the area once the market closes?
For my, with my farmers, they have to sweep up after, that's part of the parks permit. They sweep up their waste, like sometimes when people have lettuce and they just drop it on the ground, they're required to pick up after themselves. And I just always make sure and survey that there's nothing left behind. So far, they've been really good at cleaning up behind. During the time of the market, I usually go, hey, don't forget, put your things in there with baskets. And they compost it, they take it and compost it on their farmland.
So I guess we can expect the same thing here, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. It's also a health requirement because I have health bucks. It's attached to the DOH, and they also come and inspect after, make sure nothing's left behind. I mean, like they'll randomly do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ursula, with Ted being on, Ted have to be here to vote?
I mean, you have to have a quorum in the building
Okay.
to vote. They vote, you have to have a quorum here.
Okay. And we only have how much people? 5?
No, they got
I think
Hold on, let me
that
count
number
again.
is incorrect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I'm not gonna count Beatrice, so that'll be 7.
Okay. So we need 4 people
You
here.
need 4, and you only got 3. Unless
Okay.
Luke wanted to jump. Nah. But like, just let her present, like Clint asked for the letter of support, you should be good,
All right, great.
alright?
All right, guys. Any more questions before we proceed to close?
Oh, you. Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys. Can I get a motion to close?
Introduce yourself?
A motion to adjourn, I'll make a motion to adjourn, set a meeting, the transportation committee meeting.
All right, so moved. Good night. Good night, guys. Good night.
Good night.
So sanitation's coming forth.